What we'll talk about now is grouping. Several ways we can work with groups, and one, I'm in the scene tree window here. Our first option is this little G. You see a little plus sign. So we can do this two ways. You can click on it and it adds a group, or you can click and drag it down into the window and it also adds a group. Now with a group, you notice we also have an eyeball setting that we can turn on and off the group. We have a keyhole setting, so this will lock the group down, and we also have our transform editor icon here. When we click on this, it takes us into the transform editor. We can add objects within a group, and when we click and drag an object down, what we're going to watch for is this little bracket system. The bracket will guide you where the object is going within a group. So we drag an object down, and as you can see here, when the object is aligned a little bit to the right and we have the marching ants on our group, it's going to go inside of the group. Now this is a bracket system that we have, and if we click the little black triangle, we can close up the group. If we want to put the object outside of the group, we simply drag it down and we align the brackets, and now when we let go, it is outside of the group. So to get rid of a group, we can just drag that to the trash. Let's say we have two objects. To group two objects, again, we can do several ways. We can drag a group down into our scene tree like this and slide our objects into the group just like that. To get them outside of the group, same thing. Watch your bracket system here, and when you let go, these objects are now outside of the group. One other option you may want to work with, when we do have multiple objects down here in our scene tree, we can select multiple containers by holding down the control key and selecting those containers. If I want to select them all, I can hold down the shift and select the topmost container, and that will select all containers. Now that they're all selected, we have another option to group, and if we come up here, you see as we roll over this little bracket system here, it says group. So if I click right on that, that will automatically group all of those containers. And as we collapse this, it shows us one group. If you want to rename the group, you just double click on that group. If you want to rename every container here, we have our option here that we're going to rename this, so we'll number that. If we just hit the down arrow on our keyboard, we can just go down to each container individually and name it this way.